my daughter was having a dance thing at her school. They had this big dance. Anyway, we all went, all the parents, and everybody's there, and everybody's got their phone. Every single parent. It was an amazing thing to watch, because kids are dancing, and every parent is standing there like this. Every single person was blocking their vision of their actual child with their phone. And the kids, I went over by the stage, and the kids, there's people holding iPads in front of their faces. Everybody's watching a shitty movie of something that's happening 10 feet. Like, look at your fucking kid. The resolution on the kid is unbelievable. If you just look, it's totally HD. Why are you taping this? You're never gonna watch it. In a million years, you're not gonna watch videos of your kids doing shit you missed the first time it happened. You don't watch it, you just put it on Facebook. Here, you watch it. I wanna take a nap now.
The sound picture you are about to see and hear comes to you through the lens and loudspeakers of the new RCA 16mm motion picture sound projector, which is finding wide use by public schools for educational work, industrial sales organizations, and homes.
I want you to know that not every performer gives his spot to another performer, but I want him to be bigger than I was, even if it means he will never be back. Woody Allen!
Robin Williams.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Jew boy, Jew boy, Jew boy! Get him! He's not on my hill, but on my home. Cut him off that
way. There's a tremendous transformation happening on a global basis based on the internet. The internet's as life-changing as electricity or the automobile, and it definitely has global impact. We're seeing many more global companies like YouTube that everyone uses around the planet, and that creates new competitors and gives an opening.
Please welcome on stage your host this afternoon and this evening, Mr. Sam Avery!
I got into stand-up comedy in 2003 because I got drunk and got convinced to join a Stars on the Rise style competition at Liverpool John Moores University, and I dressed up as Mick Jagger and I put some leggings on and a cucumber down my pants.
Live in the Wirral. You live in the Wirral? Oh, so you are posh, okay. Just come down on this pony tonight, which is nice.
Woke up the next day incredibly hungover with a text on my phone saying, "Are you okay for tonight?" And I thought, oh, well, I must have met a girl. And then I text back saying, "Who's this?" And it was some drama student I met who was giving me a gig the next day.
Okay, what brought you to the Wirral then?
Good lady sitting there.
You're looking at like you're a hostage.
I would describe my style as conversational. I'm getting more angry as I'm getting older, I'm getting more annoyed about stuff.
Do we all have a good interval?
Yes!
Good, good. Some bloke taking photos there, don't do that, I'm signing on, Jesus.
I was drawn to stand-up comedy because I always enjoyed listening to it as a kid, and I think I used to lie in bed with like my headphones in, listening to Richard Pryor albums and just stand-up albums. I think it was, I don't know, I felt a real connection with what the comedian was saying, and I think when I was in school I didn't have any confidence at all, so it was something that I always thought I'd like to do, but never thought I'd really be able to do it. The Comedy Trust was set up in 2002 to run the Liverpool Comedy Festival, and as part of that it was we set up various courses and programs for young people, first of all, to build the confidence and self-esteem and presentation skills and all this stuff that you can transfer to other areas. And then it's just grown from there really, where we're working with about 30 schools a year. We're working with adults, we're working with pensioners, we're working with people with mental health issues, we're working with people with addiction problems, right across the board. And the comedy festival again is growing every year, so that's something very exciting as well.
So ladies and gentlemen, before I on the first section, are you ready for your first act? Yeah! I'm going to count to 3, I want everyone to clap their hands and then start the cheering like before. 1, 2, 3.
And when we were at primary school, in my primary school, we have names that are underwater animals. So we've got like the dolphins, the dolphins, that great. We have the sharks, the sharks, they off they go. And we have the crabs. Now, are you in a time difference, mate? So you're alright there?
Hello, I'm John, good evening. Let's hope so, you can't complain if it's shit, you got it for free.
We've had other people who've gone on to become actors and work in different sort of productions around the city, so we try and keep in touch with as many people as possible when they finish as well, because we like to see where the career heads.
Now, I'm from a lovely little town. Now, you can tell by my accent I'm not from the local area. I come from Runcorn. Anyone ever been there? Yeah. Going as a show.
At the end of the course, people have said a variety of different things. Some people have said, I now know how to become a comedian, because that's what we teach them. A lot of people have said, my confidence has just been, increased dramatically. And some people just say, I never realised that I've got a real aptitude for this, and I'm going to pursue it now, or I'm going to use it, in my job when I'm doing, work-based presentations. So people have just all sorts of things. People have used it to cope with depression as well. People have come in and said it's really kind of lifted them up. In terms of people's performances getting put on YouTube, I would say most of the time it's a good thing for the performer, but it depends what level you're at. If you're at the level of brand new, then it doesn't really matter.
When I was in Australia, everybody told me that they watched my show, and I figured they must be getting old versions of it because it doesn't air there. But they were watching the show like the week before, because the whole country pirates there. In Australia, moms and dads pirate video because we're not letting them buy it. Like, everybody in the world is like, take my fucking credit card and just let me have the thing and I'll pay. But if you're gonna be a pain in the ass, fuck you, I can steal all of it. And I learned this, so when I put my Beacon special, one of the big important things to me was that it was globally available right away. And they're happy to buy it.
I think it only becomes a problem when you've got like famous or comedians with a following who are trying stuff out for the tour, and someone's on the front row with the phone recording it, and then they put that online and then everyone can see it. But I've seen people just walk off stage when that's happening. There's a clip on me on YouTube that I put up, but I put it up in about 2007. It's very old, and I look younger. That's the only reason I've kept it up, because I've got more hair. It's like totally vain.
Drinkers, give me a cheer. That's good, that's good. I'm just drinking water tonight, because last week I drank too much and was sick on someone, which is fucking horrible, isn't it? I'm still waiting to hear if we've got a second interview.
But at least I'm in the position I can take it down because I put it up. Now, I haven't done that yet, but if someone else puts something up, at least I suppose they're in control of whether it stays online or not.
I'm not even sure I want to be in the police, to be honest, so...
Publicity doesn't really help in stand-up. Being good on stage helps. Publicity helps if you're trying to sell tickets for the tour, but if you're just doing the circuit, and you can make a good living doing the circuit, it doesn't really matter if people have heard it or not, because the promoters will still book you if you're good. That's the only thing that matters. I think the biggest change to the stand-up comedy circuit in the relatively short time that I've been doing it, so like 10, 11 years, but I've probably only been full-time since 2008. Rather than the internet, I think it was television. I think there's loads of stand-up on television, which, that's not a bad thing, but it's made the audiences understand that they can go and see a tour show for the same price as a circuit night. If you do have a certain comedian you like, then you want to go and see them rather than 3 or 4 people that you've never heard of and haven't been on the telly. You probably laugh more in a circuit night because you'll get all different styles and you'll get all different different types, and it's, you know, these comedians are brilliant, but not just on the TV for whatever reason. The stuff on the telly is usually the premier stand-up stuff out there at the moment. That's why it's on the telly. You know, the best comics tend to be on the telly. It's not always the case, but generally that's the case. So that's perhaps why that stuff is funnier, because it's naturally funnier. I think I've always noticed a really good circuit act, you put that same routine on the telly, it doesn't always come across as funny, because you're not in that moment, you're not in the room where it's happening.
Hi, I'm Helen Wilson and I am the 4OD product manager at Channel 4. 4OD is our way of getting our content out to our users wherever they are and whenever they want to watch it. We were the first commercial broadcaster to put our content up and make an on-demand service available. I think it was just Channel 4 having the foresight to recognise that that's the way the market is going, that's the way the consumers are going to watch content, and making sure that we're ahead of the curve like we try to do with everything we do. In terms of our top 10 brands that generate our views, half of them are comedy brands. So it's something that, you know, it performs very well on demand. We've attracted a very good audience. I mean, I think it's no secret, without me giving away numbers, that In Between Us has been a runaway success for us in terms of our transmission and our on-demand content. But we've got some really cracking other titles that really stack up a lot of the views on that. Peep Show, I'm sure won't come as any surprise to you. IT Crowd, Fresh Meat. They're all very Channel 4 programmes and they perform exceptionally well on 4OD. The advantage to having on-demand proposition is that our users aren't tied into the TV schedule, literally out and about on the mobiles and tablets. They can watch on-demand content if they want to. But I think there's a movement towards users wanting to be able to watch stuff at their own pace, at their own time. So I think there's been, it's no surprise Netflix are doing fantastically well on the binge viewing. We're a broadcaster where we want people to watch things that we transmit. We appreciate that that's not the way that everybody wants to watch television, so we also like to cater for people who can watch as and when they want to on whichever device they want to.
So I'm Jodie Smith, I'm a multi-platform commissioning editor at Channel 4. Coming back to Channel 4's grassroots online piloting scheme. We started it a couple of years ago to work out really whether it's funny or not. You have to actually see it, not just read it on paper. We would give the production company or whoever it is pitching an idea some money to actually film something, so we can see whether it's worth actually taking to full pilot or not. It's all quite loose. It's about 3 videos, each one of about 4 minutes in length. We thought actually if we use some of that budget and did a lower tier piloting, which is online, so it's less scary both for us and for the new talent to then give them a full-length pilot. You're saying come up with half an hour of content.
This hat is pretty cheap, but what wasn't cheap was my show reel, so here's some of it now. Stay away from my lighthouse! Yeah, I'm kind of an amazing actor.
That goes online, the public actually get to see it, we've managed to get some feedback. It also gives the producer and comedian more focus because they know it's actually going public and not just being seen by a few people. We don't have to worry about things such as scheduling, where it's going to sit in the schedule. We don't have to worry about ratings and how putting something on at 11:30 at night, what's that going to compete against? We've had some real strong success. We found a lot of talent. I mean, we're not just looking at ideas that translate directly onto the channel and become a series. It's often a first chance to work with new comedians, new writers, new directors. In its first year, when we started doing Blaps, we had 4 online pilots that year, TV pilots rather, full-length half-hour, and they all came from that first year of Blaps. We managed to migrate talent from Blaps onto TV. We don't run ads in front of them because I think it's hard enough getting people to watch new comedy as it is that you want to force them to sit through it. We put them on the Channel 4 website, channel4.com/Blaps. We also put them on YouTube, of course, which is where they often get most of their views. We put them on Vimeo, and we also release them as a podcast, so you can subscribe to them on iTunes.
Now, son, don't touch that cactus. You're dead to me.
What are we standing in?
Would you believe it's strawberry milkshake?
No, I would not believe that.
Melted gumdrops?
No.
Boat nectar?
No.
Some of God's tears?
Guy comes up to you, starts dancing on you, you turn around, and you give him one of these.
I like her. She has girl balls.
Most people say make fluffy, you need to add some water. Well, it's Valentine's Day and we're alone, so we're gonna use vodka.
Well, hello. I'm Charlie McDonnell. I've been making silly little internet videos and posting them here on this channel since 2007. This has now become my job.
Candy Mountain, you fill me with sweet, sugary goodness.
Honey, why is the baby on fire?
Buy me more jewelry!
Oh wow, what is it?
There was a guy.
It's a camera. Thanks, Mom.
Who made a discovery? Wow, I can film myself on a camera. Amazing. But I need to find somewhere to put it for everyone to see. He finds somewhere to put it.
I found it. The one place where I can upload videos. YouTube.
Bits of Ben.
My name's Ben. I do comedy on YouTube. Been doing it for like the last 3 years now. My current channel, Bits of Ben, I've been doing that for a year, and it's been really good. I've got about 280 subscribers, and I've got a weekly audience, and it's very, very good. Hi guys, today I'm doing a vlog. Ben, you shit! Fuck you! It wasn't until like a year and a half in that I had the confidence to go and try doing it for real for the first time, and really since doing it, my whole conception of comedy has really changed. When I have an idea that I like, I then keep on evolving it until I have like a definite idea about the structure and the script, and once I know it's right, I write it all down bit by bit how it works, and then I have an afternoon where I will record everything, and then the following day or next few days when I have time, I start to edit it, which can be a friggin' long process for a 3-minute video.
How to sit in a chair. 1. Find a chair. Make sure it's in the correct sitting position. Not this way, not this way, not this way, but this way. If you can't get this right, then you're a pussy.
I then upload to YouTube, and then I network the friggin' hell out of it. The style of my videos, it is kind of tongue-in-cheek comedy. It is, adult-orientated, humor, sometimes rude and crude. Morning, baby.
Get the fuck out.
Waking up from a one-night stand. The last resort.
Good morning, baby. Last night was so good.
How did you look attractive 12 hours ago?
The girl who had to have the light off when naked.
What's all that noise?
Ah.
No wonder you wouldn't let me see you naked. You've got one tit bigger than the other.
Turn off that light, you bastard.
Alright. The benefits of making this from my own home is that I can do whenever you want. There's no one around me to tell me what not to do, and to be judged by. It's comfortable because like you're in your own house. If I was in an office doing the same thing, I would probably feel more pressurized and more judged. Whereas when I'm here, I can test things out, and there's no one to tell me what I can and what I can't do. It's the freedom of YouTube. It makes things a lot more free-flowing, a lot more enjoyable. My first YouTube channel that I had, it took me about half a year to get people to come along. At first it was like upload a video, it'd be nothing, like YouTube, like tumbleweeds roll by. Alright, 6 comments on my latest video. Yeah! After a while I started talking to other YouTubers, going to gatherings in Birmingham. Summer in the City is a big convention that I go to every August. It's at Alexandra Palace in London, where about 7,000 YouTube content creators and fans of YouTube all come together for a kind of like convention where there's like a main stage with live music from YouTube, there's panels, meet and greets, and just general meeting YouTubers, because it attracts YouTubers from all around the world. Within like a year, not big granted, within a year I started to get more and more subscribers. With the responses, I've had all kinds. I've had people call me like horrible names. People are abusing me on Twitter.
Oh mate, your granddad is a prostitute, and he makes good money from it too.
It's just not making any sense.
Ben, you're a shit-faced cockmaster. You lesbian.
I try so hard, but I just keep on getting this.
You're hung like a hamster, you big floppy donkey dick.
Because of that, it's made me a stronger person, a thicker skin, and I'm better at tolerating it now than I was, say, 3 years ago. It gets worse.
Oi, dickhead bits of Ben, you don't really have any bits, you only have a vagina, pussy whore.
And then there are the pathetic.
Cow fucker.
According to some, I'm into bestiality.
Horse muncher.
And apparently, I eat feces.
Donkey raping shit eater.
And some people can't even make sense.
Cheese knob cheese.
Probably once every month from now, I'll get someone like going, Ben, your videos are rubbish, you're crap, and whatever, you know. So, it can be mixed, but more positive than negative. But I've been on YouTube long enough to know that the positive is way more stronger than the negative can ever be. The length of my videos I try and keep relatively short, to about 3 minutes maximum usually, because if I upload a video, say about 25 minutes to half an hour, people will switch off. If you don't get them with your first few seconds, then they move on. I mean, I'm not on there in delusion. I know people will move straight on, you know, if they're not entertained.
How to be famous on YouTube. Number 1. Welcome your audience with a warming greeting.
Hello! What's up, guys? Hello, viewers I don't have a witty pet name for. Hello, cum monkeys.
Number 2. When vlogging, start speaking in the next clip before the jump cut happens.
Hello, everyone. So the other day I saw this really big scary cat. It absolutely petrified me. It was massive with really big spots all over it. Well, so I thought, then I opened the door and realised it was your granddad.
Number 3. When doing a fancy transition, always add a cool sound effect to make it look cooler. Hey you! Come and see Bits of Ben! YouTube.com/Bits of Ben. You know you'll love it.
Everyone's got their own personal opinion. For me, you can't beat that feeling of being in a live stand-up comedy show, because you will laugh at stuff that you perhaps don't understand, just because it's infectious and you're with everyone else. I mean, personally, I just don't think you can beat that live environment where you realise it's not an actor, it's a comedian, and anything could happen. That's my personal opinion, but you know, some people like sitting on the couch in their undies. You can't really do that in comedy clubs.
With stand-up, it's an instant reaction. With YouTube, it's like you point something out there which is already made, it's already been done, so everyone will see the same product. Whereas if you're going to do stand-up, every time you do it, it's always slightly different. You can never, you know, things never happen the same way twice.
I think the internet's great in that. Little sketches and stuff like Vine, that's been a real good move, because it makes it much more accessible for people to just get their stuff out there.
In pre-YouTube, it was just impossible to put video online. Now it's all free, and there's plenty of sites where you can just they'll freely host your video. YouTube and other video sites is also enabled. It's a new market for people to be funny in. It just makes it a more fertile, healthy environment. I think having more outlets for people to demonstrate themselves being funny.
There's a whole country of people out there. How do they want to watch television, and how do we make sure that we're serving them all in the best way that works for them?